Are they going to hear that in the recording?
No.
Hello and welcome to episode 29 of the 31st Hour Gaming Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jamie, as always joined by my two amazing co-hosts, Ben and Nathan. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
I was
gonna
like,
cut in
hot
halfway
mic,
through.
What
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck,
gonna
man?
cut
I
in.
forgot that there's no audio sources on the intro. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's so audible. But you never know what the sound was. So,
Nope,
you know,
never.
it is
Never.
what it is. How has your week been, guys? How you been going?
Oh,
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
That's good,
stuff's
that's
been
good.
happening.
These
Video
weeks are
games?
going by too quick, you know?
Yeah,
Too
it
fast.
has. We're already in August, nearly September. It's insane. Like,
my
it's gone
God.
so quickly.
It's already like 4 months until Christmas.
Yeah, it's insane. Really.
How did
quick.
this happen?
Yeah, too quick. Too quick.
And man, it's gonna go even quicker because there's so many video games to play.
there is
so
a
many
lot. I
games
like how you
coming
called
out.
me out of that situation.
What'd you say?
Yeah, you said Ben. There's a lot of video games coming out. You called me out specifically in that situation.
Oh, I didn't say Ben, did I?
Yeah.
I
I said and.
Oh, I
And-
think you said Ben.
Man,
Oh,
he's got main character syndrome.
I do have
just
main
think
character
everyone's
syndrome, yes.
addressing him. And yes, lots of video games, lots of news to talk about. So I thought it would be fun to do a little cheeky recap of Gamescom, which is happening right now in Germany. I'm picking and choosing. You know,
Yeah.
we're not going through literally everything. If you wanna, you know, you can watch the showcase, you can see all the stuff. I picked out the things that I think interests us tangentially slightly and just stuff that's cool. So I wanted to start with Alan Wake 2, which we've talked about many times. But I guess the big announcement from Gamescom is that Alan Wake 2 will feature live action footage. So I grabbed a little bit of information from Press Start. So they're actually an Australian gaming publication. So shout out to them. So I'll read a little bit about what they say about it, and then we can just talk a little bit about Alan Wake 2. So Remedy's Sam Lake took to the stage during this year's Gamescom opening night live showcase to debut a brand new trailer for the upcoming and highly anticipated Alan Wake 2. Along with giving us our first real look at gameplay involving Alan himself, the trailer also gives glimpses into the Dark Place, an alternate nightmare-like reality that is born of Alan's mind and where players will see live-action footage seamlessly integrated into gameplay. So yeah,
That's cool.
Cool
Cool.
stuff. I know that Control did
It
some
did.
live action elements.
Yes.
So I like that they're incorporating that into Alan Wake 2. I like how that's almost like Remedy's like thing
Thing,
now, almost
right?
part of
Yeah.
their like DNA.
Yeah.
Mm.
I appreciate it. And even Quantum Break as well
Yeah.
had the
absolutely.
episodes
Oh,
in between
true.
chapters. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're really going into like the TV live action gaming kind of like intersection in their games, which I really like. Nathan,
I'm
how
all
you
about
feeling
that.
about? Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm all about that. That's pretty wicked.
I like it too, and especially as how well it was done in Control,
Yeah.
where it kind of just like popped up,
Mm.
or even like on the TV, like on there were like TVs in
It was on
rooms that would have
TVs.
like
Yeah.
but also like even when oh man, what was the main character's name in Control? I'm bugging so hard.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been a
I
long
don't
time.
remember when she was walking down a corridor and you get like a flash of live action of a character.
Yeah.
And I think honestly that is the reason that works so well now is because games look really
So similar.
photorealistic.
Yeah.
Like just a touch off, where they can seamlessly integrate them together.
Especially when it's on like a TV, you just can't tell.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally. Like it, and it would feel really weird, like when they did that in older game, like really old
Oh, for
games,
sure.
like
Yeah.
where it was like, okay, this looks really out of place. But yeah, I think Remedy does a great job with it, and this trailer is a fucking trip. It is
Yeah,
a
this trailer is
total,
really-
total trip. I can't wait for this game, man. I'm so excited for this. I love that it's coming out just before Halloween. I love that it's moved away from Spider-Man and Mario and I guess Assassin's Creed to a lesser extent, but yeah, Remedy just doesn't really miss to me. Like I've even Quantum Break I really enjoyed.
I love Quantum Break.
Yeah, like I think honestly Quantum Break gets a bad rap.
Yeah. I agree.
And I mean, honestly, I got to replay that again because I didn't actually watch the TV episodes between chapters
Oh damn.
because my
I missed out.
internet was so bad because it was 2016. So I
Oh,
was living with the
yeah.
shit internet, and it streamed the
Was that
video, and I
streamed
couldn't
in?
watch it. Couldn't watch it. It was
Oh,
either
that's
but they eventually like added it so you could download them.
Yeah.
It was like an extra 50 gigs or
Oh, shit.
stream it. And I was like, shit, if I download this, it's gonna take weeks to download these 50 gigs. So I never saw the interstitials between chapters. So
yeah, it's pretty
I
important.
definitely have to. Yeah, and honestly, that may be what like kind of dragged down my experience of the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, Control is just like, I think that's peak Remedy to me. Like, I think they really, really nailed their kind of almost their like style with Control, and I'm really excited to see how they use that, what they learned from Control in Alan Wake 2.
How do you even play Quantum Break these days? I bought it on the Windows Store when it came out.
So I bought it on Xbox, but Microsoft eventually added this, like the Play Anywhere feature.
Yeah.
So I have it on. I mean, it's on the Xbox app. So yeah. So I guess you can play it that way or on Xbox Series X, but there's no upgrade, unfortunately. Still running it like 1080p 30, I think.
Right. PC
How excited for this are you, Ben? Because I know Nathan and I are very excited because we're Remedy fans, Alan Wake fans. But what about
I'm gonna play it. I haven't played Control or Quantum Break. That's the thing. That's why I haven't really. I don't really have or Alan Wake. I don't really have anything to go on. Right?
Yeah.
I have nothing to go on this.
I will say,
I mean, games.
I know that you're a huge Resident Evil fan. Yes. And they've said time and time again that this is very much taking from that Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 4 remake formula, that kind of behind the shoulder third person shooting gameplay. So
yeah, when I first saw the trailer, I saw that immediately. I got very excited. So yeah, no, I'm very keen to actually play it. It's just I said this last week. Yeah, I said this last week. I've said it so many times. There's so many games coming out. It's hard to like spread out the excitement. You know what I mean?
Especially around there, you'll be left with so many still.
Yeah. Exactly.
Even into November and December, there'll still be stuff you're probably still picking up and playing because
100%.
There's just, dude, like even on this list, this at Gamescom, another game got announced for October. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Can we stop with this? I mean, Sonic. I mean, I will spoil a little bit. Sonic is on crack. They're releasing 3 days before fucking Super Mario Wonder. It's like,
they're high.
I don't think. I mean, I know Sonic's big. It'll probably sell a few million copies, but I don't know if you want to be compared to Super Mario Wonder. You know, I don't know. If you want those comparisons. Any other final thoughts on Alan Wake 2?
Not really. I feel like we talked about it a lot anyway. Yeah.
There was another like technology based thing around Alan Wake 2 this week. So like Nvidia announced DLSS 3.5, which is kind of extension of DLSS where it does like ray reconstruction. So you'll get more ray bounces and they did say in some circumstances you'll get better performance, but that's not the main purpose of 3.5. So
yeah. And as we discussed, 3.5 works with the 20 series cards as well.
20,
and
30, and 40, all series of cards.
Just to be confusing.
What I assume it's doing is it just uses the same kind of. But actually, I did see the explanation. It integrates at the same time as Super Resolution.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
I guess that's why. But yes, very excited for Alan Wake 2, a game that we're not excited for.
I'm so excited for this, bro.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. They showed the first campaign gameplay.
Let's go.
So I guess I watched this. I gotta admit something. I watched this on my second screen, the Gamescom showcase. My second screen while I was playing the new Destiny season. And so I would kind of look over occasionally to see the Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. I mean, it looks pretty. It looks good. Obviously, I think they've really nailed the.
They're really nailing the realistic aspect of it. Like,
I mean,
insane.
the new Infinity Ward engine is like insane. Like, it looks every single Call of Duty game that uses that engine looks fantastic. The graphics look crazy. But we've talked about this so many times. I just don't know why they're doing this. Like, I think honestly they would have. I feel like they would have much better, like much more goodwill, or good reputation if they release this as an expansion to Modern Warfare 2, charged a little bit less for it, and just like it was just an extension of Modern Warfare 2. Like, I feel like I'd be more likely to buy this on the first day it came out if it was just that, if it was just an expansion. There's also these rumors around Call of Duty at the moment that apparently it's moving to a one Call of Duty title and like a live service Destiny-esque experience.
I did hear about that's what they were doing.
So I'm not sure why they're not just like, I guess maybe that's why they're not doing that now, because they're going to do it maybe with Treyarch's game, maybe with the next Infinity Ward game after that. I'm not sure. But that's been the rumor circulating, is that they're working on. I mean, that's why they've got the new Call of Duty HQ, is the new like kind of home of all the Call of Duty titles. Um, yeah, I don't know. Call of Duty's in a weird spot right now where we're about to, Microsoft's about to buy Activision. You're gonna see probably some shakeups in terms of how Call of Duty gets released. It'll probably end up on Game Pass. It'll probably end up on PS Plus as well, because of this new deal with Sony. You're also gonna see it on a bunch of cloud streaming platforms. With the deal with, did you guys see Microsoft gave all their Activision cloud
To
rights
Ubisoft,
to
right?
Ubisoft?
Yeah.
Wait,
Which
what?
I didn't actually put it here, but that is, we can kind of fold that into this. So you're gonna see like Activision Blizzard cloud versions of games on Ubisoft Plus,
Okay.
which is weird. And Ubisoft's gonna be controlling how the cloud versions of those Activision Blizzard games go to platforms. And they get, I believe, so they're licensing, they get it, they're paying Microsoft a licensing fee, but then Ubisoft gets all the revenue post that licensing fee. I guess to appease the CMA, who's still really caught up on this cloud stuff, which I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so popular.
And they
thing.
still said no. CMA still went back and said, no, that's not enough. Keep trying. And they pushed back the new cutoff date is like October now. So fuck, whenever, hopefully that's done soon, because I am sick of hearing about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Call of Duty, I don't know. I do think I probably will pick this up at some point. Because I do enjoy the Modern Warfare campaigns. And I did jump back into Modern Warfare 2 recently, and I was having a decent time. What I was surprised by is like a lot of people use their microphones in Modern Warfare 2.
Really?
In like, even in there was like a Modern Warfare 3 reveal event in Modern Warfare 2, and everyone's chatting and talking, and everyone was kind of chill, and I was like, oh, this is actually not a bad experience.
Oh.
So yeah, I think I will check this out at some point, but it's definitely not at the top of my radar at the moment with everything else coming out. And I know you guys are
Yeah,
long gone from Call of Duty.
Yeah, long gone. Long gone.
I played one in the last 10 years or something.
Yes.
Cold War.
Yeah.
You think you'll
others are
pick up the
kinda-
next Treyarch game? I feel like Treyarch Call of Duties are really good.
I
when they do
I
Black
think
Ops.
I most likely will pick up the next Treyarch game.
It may
but-
also be on Game Pass. So,
True,
Yeah.
that's the
There's
other
also
one.
that.
Yeah. Might also
I
be
think
They
I
may-
have
they may
played all
line
the
up.
Treyarch codes.
Yeah, I
Was there a Black Ops 4?
Yes.
There was.
Yeah, I didn't play that.
I think you did. I think we
Did
bought
I?
it. Yeah. That was the one with the
No way.
the first Call of Duty Battle Royale. Breakout? Blackout?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, Blackout.
Yeah.
Blackout.
Yeah, I played
Blackout
all
was
of
actually
them.
kind of fun. I enjoyed Blackout. I actually enjoyed Blackout more than Warzone, but that's
I
a
remember
conversation
the
for
first
another
game we
day.
did, Jamie. We won because the people we were versus.
Yeah, that's right, dude. I saw
Because-
that clip.
Yeah,
I clipped it out.
because
I was
they
like-
had a chopper above us, and then the ring got too small, so they had to land, and they landed in like the worst spot, and we just gunned them down. Like,
Oh, what about, dude?
Oh, that's
that
right.
reminds
Yeah, I
me
remember
in
that now.
Blackout with I think I threw a C4 from like the top of a tower, and like it landed on two people, and I fucking detonated and
Wait,
blew them up.
really?
It's weird. How I remember these fucking random Blackout
These
moments
random
that like it's a Call of Duty that battle royale that was around for like a year, and then
Yeah.
just kind of
in my
like
head,
died.
I keep thinking that it's the current Battle Royale whenever I think about those moments, but we did actually play a little bit of it.
We did play a decent
Yeah.
amount. I would honestly go back to it if there were players playing it, but because I guess because there's no crossplay, it's like the PC community's dead for Black Ops.
Dead,
And
right,
also, I
yeah.
would not touch any old Call of Duty games because
you know,
with the vulnerabilities and shit. Like it's,
Yeah.
hopefully when Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard, they clean that shit up because it's pretty bad.
Or
It's
just
like
disable multiplayer.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. In a private match, you can still get hacked.
Yeah, just
Oh
disable
my
it.
God.
All of it.
Oh, disable everything.
Yeah. That's what they should
Uh,
be doing.
Yeah, well, they're not going to do that.
Video game
they're still
not
charging,
important.
Like, they're still charging
Yeah.
full price for it, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
That is insane.
Moving on from Call of Duty, let's talk about a couple of release date announcements. Starting with Sonic Superstars, as I said before, releasing October 17th, 2024. How excited are we for Sonic Superstars?
I'm so excited.
What's your affinity with Sonic, Ben?
Oh, I played all the games.
Have you
I've not
played any Sonic games?
No.
Really? You never played a Sonic game?
I've never played a Sonic game before. No.
It's-
That's a lie. That's a lie. I played Sonic Unleashed for 20 minutes, and then I uninstalled it from my Wii, and I never played it again.
I'm gonna tell you, Sonic Unleashed.
That's the worst one.
Without
Yeah.
no, I was gonna say without the get rid of the werehog parts, the Sonic Unleashed Sonic parts, pretty good. Pretty good. It
Oh,
was just-
yeah,
I-
yeah.
To be honest, I don't remember. I
the-
don't.
The normal Sonic bits. It was basically generations and colors. Yeah. It
It was better than
yeah.
better than Sonic 06,
Yes.
which actually was my first Sonic game, unfortunately.
I still think that I think Colors was better, but I still think that Generations and all of that are just like kind of mid games. Those like
They're
3D
good
from the
Sonic games,
back.
but they're not, you know.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
prefer these 2D side-scrolling Sonic games. And I have played all of them actually. So
I need to play Sonic Mania, but I was so dog shit at that game. I'm bad at Sonic. Like I'm just not a good Sonic player. Like my brain can't register when to jump quick enough. It just
it
can't.
does move very fast.
It
Is
is.
it-
It's
was
just
it-
I don't know what it is, but I honestly haven't played that much Sonic, but I did enjoy the 3D ones more just because it was easier to see what was in front of me as
Oh, for
opposed to
sure.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
These ones are
Wasn't
very tight.
Frontiers? Wasn't Frontiers actually okay? Like the newest one?
people. Well, I think Sonic fans thought Frontiers was
Yeah.
okay, but it's not.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
I
not
think
a
if
good
it's your
game.
first Sonic game, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like there was this weird like there's a weird economy thing in Frontiers where you can basically get all the upgrades by fishing in that game.
That's
Out
funny.
of like you can either do some of the missions in the game or you can just fish and like
For, like,
grind
4
fishing
hours.
to get everything.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
That's very funny.
I think I'll play Superstars at some point. I kind of do wish it was online multiplayer.
Yeah,
'cause I
that's
think
kinda
that could be
lame.
fun.
Mm.
I
I would definitely play it, yeah.
but it looks like both Super Mario Wonder and Sonic Superstars are not going to have online multiplayer at launch, which is like what
Yeah.
the
Why?
fuck? Like what are
Yeah.
you doing? Nintendo
Isn't that
and
what
Sega,
this
man.
is kind of advertising
Um,
itself for? Like,
What'd you say?
isn't this kind of what's advertising itself for? To be multiplayer? To be able to
Yes,
play
they
with
both
other
are
co-op.
like putting multiplayer at the forefront of their marketing,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, well, you got to
And-
like organize to go to someone's house, get the 4 controllers,
Yes.
spend, do multiple sessions because you're not going to get it done in one night. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
know how many
That's great.
Mario and Sonic games in the past have been like couch co-op? Like a lot of them, and they're never,
A lot. A lot.
Yeah, but they had. I mean,
That's what I mean. It's like why
Yeah.
why is this a thing now that they're advertising it as multiplayer when it's not even it's like the same thing they've been doing for years?
Yeah.
I mean,
I get
yeah.
it.
I guess it's almost like a. I guess now it is kind of a niche thing. Like
Yeah, I
not a lot
guess.
of games.
Couch
Games that
co-op?
used to have split screen, couch co-op don't have it anymore. Like Halo is a good example,
Yeah.
but
I think that's all graphical fidelity though, and a game like this can definitely handle it.
I don't like that Sonic is split screen. I don't like that this is
Yeah.
what you'll see at
Yeah.
someone's house. And I
I've
guess it has to be
never-
that way.
Yeah, it'll be way too small and quick otherwise.
Yeah, I was gonna say that for a Sonic game, it's gonna be so quick that it's gonna really suck having 4 people moving at the speed they are with split screen.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's really
It's coming
just
out
much
about
happening.
that is maybe the worst release date you could possibly announce for a
Yep.
game. Because not only are you like bookended by 10 other games, you're releasing 3 days before Mario Wonder, and it's like,
Yeah.
It will
come
not
on.
compare.
I mean, you're going straight head to head with a game that is going to be significantly more polished and better. Like just straight up. That's just how Sonic games are. They're always a little bit worse than Mario games, and I say a little bit, but it's usually a lot of bit.
yeah,
It's usually a lot of it. Yeah.
Tekken
I
8
do
also
like
got
that
a
they're
release.
going back to their
Sorry,
roots, though.
What'd you say?
I do
Side
like that they're
scroller?
going back to their roots though, of like the old games that they were known for at the time.
Yeah, the
and
side scroller esque. Yeah.
Why did they not do Mania 2 though?
Mm,
Because Sonic Mania was like going back to their roots, but it was almost like remixed levels.
yeah, that's true.
And I guess, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe 3D's more like 2.5D's more appealing visually. Maybe that's why. I don't know. It just, yeah, I feel like I wish they would just commit. Go all in on the 2D or just do 3D.
Yeah,
Anyway, as I said just before, Tekken 8 got a release date too, so that's coming out January 26th, 2024. I don't have the trailer for that. We're not fighting game people.
No.
I mean, I'm mainly Mortal Kombat, sometimes Street Fighter, but
Yeah.
Tekken 8, all those tech heads, I don't know what you call them. They're
tech
they're
heads.
really excited. Good release date though for it. At least it's
What
not
is
coming
it?
out in the middle of every other game. So
What is it?
Tekken 8, January 26th,
That's good.
2024.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's like a few days before the Prince of Persia game, but they're very different. So I
Very
think that's-
different. They're very different field.
Moving on to a couple of new game announcements. We have Thank Goodness You're Here, which I didn't think much of until I found out it's by the studio that made Untitled Goose Game. Did you
Oh,
guys
okay,
play
yeah.
Untitled Goose Game?
I did. Yes.
So good.
It's
Fantastic
very
game.
funny.
And so yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. I don't know what this is about.
yeah, it looks weird.
It looks fucking really strange. But I mean, I'm all for it. Just do the weird shit, and we'll be good for it. I think they're an Australian developer, aren't they?
Yep. Australian.
Yeah. So yeah, good for them. This looks really fun and quirky and weird and
I do
very
like the art
different
style.
to.
Well, dude,
well, not.
those.
Sorry.
Sorry, Go on, go on. I just saw something very weird. I won't
I was
bring it
just
up.
gonna say it's very obviously artistically different to Untitled Goose Game, but
Very
I don't know
much
what
so.
that was. I don't know what that was, or the white stuff, or I don't
Sus.
know. But they do describe it as like similar to Untitled Goose Game, where you're just going around these kind of openish environments and just messing with stuff to fit like to get certain outcomes. So it will kind of play a little similarly, but it obviously it looks very different. And I don't know what all these like flashes of things are at the end. I don't know what that is, but
This
um
reminds me of like a cartoon. You know what I mean? It has that art style where like I could see this being like a cartoon series instead.
totally, totally.
And yeah,
It
I
looks
don't know
like
what
a Cartoon
cartoon.
Network
Yeah.
Yeah, I
animated
don't know
show.
what cartoons reminding me of, but like the art style is very reminiscent of one that I'm just in the back of my head.
I assume it's on
Um,
more than just Switch. Yeah, the
It is on
Nintendo's
more
just
than
got the
Switch.
marketing for it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just I just grabbed it from Nintendo's channel.
Ah, okay.
It was everywhere. I know
Cool.
that the trailer's on PlayStation too. So
Sweet.
but this looks
and
good.
what'd you say?
This looks good.
It
Looks
does look good, and
Yeah.
I'm excited for it just based on their previous game. So
Yeah.
the other game that got announced was Little Nightmares 3. Have you guys played Little Nightmares?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I have it. I've not played it.
I've played the first one. I didn't play. I've got the sequel, but I haven't played it yet. So this is weird, right? So Little Nightmares 3. So unlike the first two games, this is not being developed by the original developer. It's being developed by Supermassive Games, who you
Odd.
may know as the developer who did Until Dawn, the Dark Pictures anthology, and The Quarry. Um, I don't understand how
Odd.
Supermassive Games keeps making so many fucking video games. How do they have time
How
to
do
make
they
these
output?
games?
How do they output these many video games? It's actually insane.
They're doing one Dark Pictures game a year. They're doing sometimes they do like the big budget like Until Dawn, the Quarry games.
Quarry, yeah.
Plus they've got this now and the like the Dead by Daylight game as well.
Oh, true. They do.
Like,
oh my
what?
god,
Like,
I forgot
something's
about
got to give
that.
at some point. Something's got to stop.
Dude,
Um,
holy shit. Yeah, they do so many games. What is
Also,
this?
wasn't that Space Supermassive game meant to come out this year? There's been nothing about that. They haven't
Yeah,
said
we
anything.
haven't heard anything
Not this
about
year.
that.
It was meant to be.
Oh.
I think it
Yeah.
had 2023 on it at the end of the trailer.
Hold
so
on, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Give me a second.
I guess the big thing for Little Nightmares 3 is that it is co-op and has two new lead characters, which is cool. I almost think they maybe should have stopped with Little Nightmares 2 just once the old developer moved on to new things. But
Yeah, I always get worried when that happens, when the IP gets passed off to a new dev and they continue something that another one was doing. It never feels the same. And there's
No.
obviously not many examples of it happening, but
yeah, it is a very weird case. I believe the original developer got bought out by a new was it I think it was Tencent, one of those Chinese publishing companies. And then they kind of sold off the IP to Bandai Namco, and that's why Bandai Namco was like, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna keep making these games." And the old dev was like, "Oh, okay, that kind of sucks, but anyway,
yeah.
can't do anything about it." Yeah, I don't know. I will
Ah.
see. It being co-op is kind of cool. I think that'll be kind of neat. It's a neat little gimmick with this new entry. And I dug the style of the first Little Nightmares. Like I like the kind of fucked up child toy kind of look to it. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it looks fun. So that's coming out in
Um,
2024,
Also,
along with the other 25 Supermassive games that they're releasing. They
Yeah,
just keep making games, man.
yeah, Space Game is early 2024.
Oh, we got delayed. Okay,
Yeah, early 2024.
there you go. Okay. I'm waiting for them to make a new style of the Quarry game, but hopefully
That'd be cool.
2K funds them.
I want that.
I really want that.
Yeah.
They should just do an Until Dawn 2, or Quarry
Yeah, I
2.
don't know why they haven't done that yet.
I think Sony owns the rights. to
Oh,
Until
okay,
Dawn,
that makes
the IP
sense.
rights, and then Supermassive and Sony kind of went. They split up a
Yeah.
little bit, so, moving on. I just put here Mortal Kombat 1 continues to look fucking amazing.
Yeah, it
Another
looks real
trailer.
good.
It's so funny. Since we last talked about Mortal Kombat 1, there's been like 3 new trailers.
Mhm,
Like they are
mhm.
just releasing these really high quality, awesome trailers and announcing new characters at the same time. So
Yeah.
in this one, we got our first look at Sindel and General Shao.
Mm-hmm.
So this is General Shao. He's the dude with the skull mask. And Lindell is the one that's using the long hair attacks. I mean, this game just looks.
It looks
oh my
so
God, man.
good.
I don't think
Like-
I've ever been this excited for a Mortal Kombat game like ever, but it's just like
Yeah.
the way that the cadence of these trailers that they're releasing, the quality of the trailers, the quality of the visuals and the combat and like everything and the music, a lot of the times in the trailers, like they're just nailing it.
Hmm.
They are fucking killing this shit. Um,
I have been like a YouTuber I watch who plays a lot of Mortal Kombat. He gets some because they've been doing like basically tech demos so people can play it, see how it feels.
there was a
wrap
beta
up the
last
bugs.
weekend, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been watching the gameplay and whatnot, and God, it looks so good. Like even the gameplay itself, like the fluidity of the combat, how they added like second people to come in and help you and shit like that. It looks so good, man. It looks so good.
It's just
insane.
like it is such a graphics powerhouse, and
Mm,
I'm really curious to see how they handle the story. And like it feels really good that it's like it's basically a reboot essentially, like a whole new
yes.
story, whole new, like all the characters have their own different dynamics now. And
Hmm.
I mean, look at even the background of this shot is like fucking gorgeous,
Just
man. Like it's
yeah,
crazy.
it
Like
looks.
this is a fighting game where you're not even really concentrating on the background, but they've put so much time and effort into every single aspect of this game
Hmm.
that I think it's gonna be a fucking huge hit. It's
Oh
obviously gonna
yeah.
sell millions of copies like Mortal Kombat usually does.
Yeah,
Um,
it's this game that has Homelander and whatnot. It's not.
yes.
I thought it was Street Fighter. Okay, yeah. Which is just even more into this game. You know what I mean? To have Homelander. What is it?
And they have said
Homelander,
it's
Omni-Man.
the fighter pack one. So you
Yeah,
imagine
so
they'll
there's
probably do
more.
another pack with some other cool like new characters, maybe
Hmm.
some other anti-heroes, maybe like Deadpool or Spawn or some shit. I don't know.
Spawn we cool.
Um,
Spawn. They had Spawn before.
they haven't
They've
done
had
Spawn
Spawn.
already. I think
Yeah.
Deadpool will be awesome.
Deadpool will be a funny one. Deadpool could be really funny. That could be very
And
good.
the other extra news from Gamescom is that J.K. Simmons is voicing Omni-Man and John Cena is voicing Peacemaker in
Oh
Mortal Kombat
shit!
1.
They actually have the voice actors going
They
for it as
actually
well.
have those actors reprising their roles. Nothing about Anthony Starr yet as
Yeah.
Homelander, which is unfortunate.
Hmm.
I don't believe he did any of the voices for the boys Call of Duty crossover
Oh,
thing
that's
that
right. Yeah.
happened.
Forgot about that.
So I don't know. Hopefully, maybe they can get him in there because I mean, you got John Cena, man. Come on.
Yeah, you got Johnson and J.K. Simmons, right?
I
You
mean,
got
J.K.
you.
Simmons has been in multiple video games at this
Oh,
point.
true.
You know,
Yeah.
he was in Portal 2. He
Yep.
was in Baldur's Gate 3 this year.
Oh, that's
now,
true. That's
and
true.
now in Mortal Kombat 1. This
Yeah.
fatality is crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's real messed up.
It is
They have done
nuts,
really well
like-
with the fatalities. They've done so well with
Rips
the
out
fatalities.
his fucking spine and skull through his throat. Like, holy shit.
It's
Dude,
real
the last
messed up.
trailer for this also, the fatality was like he sent a character up into space and fucking like held him there while a black hole ripped his fucking innards out and sucked him into a black hole. It was like,
the
oh my
fuck?
god, this is
Sick.
fucking nutty.
Sick.
Yeah, it's so dope. So yeah, that's Mortal Kombat 1. Very, very excited. Really wish it was not coming out in September. You know, if this was a November game. Seto
I
is
went to view
dying.
myself. I went to view myself and they click it.
Moving on to another September game. Cyberpunk 2077 Update 2.0 looks so big that you should probably just start a new game. This article comes from PC Gamer. So I'll read a little bit about this and then we can discuss. So Cyberpunk 2077's first and only expansion is out next month, but arguably the bigger deal is a larger Update 2.0 coming along with it. CD Projekt Red has been talking about the ways it's reworking the 2020 RPG's skill trees, armor systems, and police AI since Summer Games Fest. But it was this week's opening night live stream that gave us the first look at the Update 2.0, as well as the new toys in the Phantom Liberty expansion in action. The single biggest overhaul to Cyberpunk's guts is the skill trees, which will have new perks to complement playstyles that take place of the old minuscule percentage upgrades. We see a few of these in the trailer. A bullet deflecting skill for katanas, a godsend if you previously tried to play a blades build, which I did. It's very true. New executions for melee weapons, and air dash, a strength ability that lets you literally toss bodies, and a snazzy revolver skill that looks like Cassidy's Deadeye Ultimate. Those new
That's
perks,
sick.
which will be implemented into the vanilla Cyberpunk experience, are separate from a new skill tree of relic abilities exclusive to Phantom Liberty owners. These look overpowered, to put it mildly. A Mantis Blade upgrade that lets you leap towards targets like a Left 4 Dead Hunter, or a Gorilla Arms equivalent that turns your fists into gravity hammers. The trailer concludes with the following list of new stuff: a dangerous new district, dozens of new story quests and gigs, vehicle combat and mounted weaponry, revamped police system, combat AI overhaul, endless dynamic events and missions, redesigned cyberware and perks, the aforementioned relic skill tree, increased level cap, and 100 plus new items, including weapons, cyberware, and fashion.
It's
Holy
basically a new game.
fuck.
It's just a new
Holy
game.
shit,
Yeah,
dude.
this game
I
was
mean-
already massive when it came out, and they're adding all of this on top of
So
that as
much.
well.
I mean, it's basically. I mean, I know the director of Phantom Liberty, who was actually going to be directing the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, said that for this update, they basically wanted to leave the game in a state where it's they can feel proud of it, which I really appreciate.
Yeah,
that
100%.
they did not give up on this game.
Yeah.
It is slowly, update by update, it's been kind of building up to this point where they can finally like do this one last hurrah for this game and leave it in a good spot. I can't wait for this. This is gonna be so sick. Like you've got
Providing they pull it off, I mean, it sounds like they've done a No Man's Sky with it. So
basically,
Yeah.
and just like
100%.
the fact that all of this, a lot of the new stuff is free for all players, even if you don't play the Phantom Liberty expansion. I don't know why you wouldn't, but that's just me. I mean, this is it feels good to be excited for Cyberpunk again after every update that would come out. I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna hold off a little bit, just wait for that moment. And I think this is the moment where I'm gonna jump back in. Like this looks completely new, basically. Like these new perks, these new abilities, new weapons, new vehicles, like the police system as well.
police that work.
Police that actually police. Yeah,
I mean, I haven't played since patch 1, so.
I was gonna say, so have you guys actually played and finished Cyberpunk? You
Oh
both have?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
completely.
You guys did it. Okay.
Within the
okay,
first
yeah.
couple of weeks, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
did a solid 80-hour playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077
Yeah.
on
Makes sense.
PlayStation. Have
Yeah,
not finished the
100%.
game on PC, so
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah. So this will be my chance. I actually did. The game was on sale on Steam with Phantom Liberty, so I did buy it. Because I thought, I'll just get it on Steam just to, just play it there because I'm starting a new playthrough anyway. And they also said that the update is coming a little bit before Phantom Liberty, which is nice. So you'll be able to jump in with all the new stuff before the new content comes, and hopefully, people can get through like the bit that they have to before Phantom Liberty, so when it comes out, they can immediately jump into the new stuff. At least that's what I'm planning to do. The thing that actually really interests me here is the endless dynamic events and missions, which reminds me a little bit of like Bethesda games, where I know Skyrim has like procedurally generated mission like quests that kind of just they infinitely generate. Like they're
very basic, but yes.
They are very basic, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what that'll be like in Cyberpunk. If it'll be like bounty hunting missions or like
Yeah.
if it'll be
Something
cyber
similar.
psycho missions, maybe. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Like really curious about that. And yeah, I like the idea of that I can just like jump in and do, if these missions are cool and there's a lot of variation, like just to keep exploring Night City even after the campaign's done. Like that's a really, really great idea. Also means that you don't have to worry about saving all your money to buy all the cards for the achievement. You can literally just do the mission. You don't have to fucking save your money or all that stuff. So
Yeah. I am looking forward to playing this again because, obviously last time we played it, it was not in a good spot.
yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah.
I still really did enjoy
me
my
too.
time with Cyberpunk 2077, but it didn't live up to obviously the insane expectations that people put on it, and even CD Projekt Red put on it. So
It felt a little empty.
yes, definitely felt empty, and it just didn't feel like the open world just didn't feel dynamic. Like it
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
feel like I was. I felt like I was like the open world was almost like a giant loading screen between missions.
Yep.
It didn't feel like I was living in it. I felt like I was just like existing in this hub world between the stuff that actually mattered.
I think working police will help.
Yes.
Working police would definitely help. The fact that you can, I mean, in previous updates, you could buy multiple apartments. There's transmog now, which means you don't have to look like a fucking loon every time to put on the best armor.
Cool.
Armor actually
Yeah.
matters in this update. I know that people talked about that when they went hands
Yeah,
on at Summer
it
Game
didn't.
Fest. Yeah, I think this is going to be great. I really do. I'm not going to I'm obviously not going to get too hyped because I've learnt my lesson from Cyberpunk 2077 the first time, but yeah, very excited for this.
I'm excited to
for
use transmog actually.
yeah, actually
My
looked
character
like a cool
fucking
character.
Idiot.
My character always looks stupid. They always
Yeah.
look dumb, like the fucking helmets and like randoms. Yeah,
Yeah, my first
Um,
armor set, I got it perfect. I was like, damn, this looks wicked. And then, yeah.
Then you're like, oh, gotta change it.
Yeah.
The new weapons look cool too.
Yeah, they
Look
do.
dope. I mean, Cyberpunk got the weapons right from the get go. Like they always looked really cool. Yes, very excited. Good for CD Projekt Red to stick with it. When so many developers and publishers don't.
They
You
just
know?
drop it. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Anthem.
Anthem's a little bit. It's almost unfair because like it sort of died because of the pandemic.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But I was more. I mean, actually, recently, like Jedi Survivor, they kind of stopped updating that game, and it still runs like shit on PC.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
And it still has crashes on console. Like
Oh, that's.
EA's got a really bad track record actually with just
Yeah.
dropping games because even Dead Space on PC has issues with like the way upscaling works and the going between you get like stuttering between loading between areas still happens after it came out in January. So yeah, EA's kind of bad about that. What I assume they do is they don't give enough budget and resources to supporting the game post launch. And
Yeah.
a lot of developers move on to the next thing. Like I assume they're probably working on Dead Space 2 remake at this point. But moving on to our last Gamescom piece of news. I just wanted to say Crimson Desert looks fucking dope. Did you guys see this game?
I did not see this.
This looks, dude. I remember when this got announced back in 2020, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of fun. This looks really, really.
It's gonna look terrible in a video, but
it does look terrible on the video. I do highly recommend going in and looking at the video yourself.
so many particle effects.
Yes,
So
there
many
is a
things
lot going on. It is very, very dense, and it does look very bad streaming over my internet to Nathan's also streamed video. Yeah. Anyway. No, this looks really cool. So this is actually by the developers of the MMORPG Black Desert Online.
These are sheep.
There are sheep. There's a bit in a bit. I popped really hard for like there's a thing later on. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but this game looks gorgeous. And I thought this was another MMO, but it's not. It's like it's an open world single player RPG by those developers, taking place in the same world as Black Desert Online. And it just looks really cool. Like I'm just into it. There's fishing.
Yeah, it looks good.
I hope I don't know what it is, but I feel like when a lot of these Korean/Chinese games get announced, they never look like this at the end.
No.
Which is weird. Like I feel like I see so many of these trailers where I'm like, holy fuck, this looks crazy. And then it comes out and it's like,
this, right?
Or it never comes out. Like this game got announced in 2020 and just went silent for 3 years until now. And I believe it has a date for 2024. I believe that's the release date. So it's very laggy. There's a lot going on in this game.
There's so much going on, yeah.
I'm trying to see where he gets to the part where he fucking pole vaults. Oh, you can also drift.
That was it.
Drift the horse. Look at this.
That's cool.
Have you ever seen that in a game before?
That's
this. Wait, what happened to the horse?
That horse is dead. The horse is dead.
Literally, I audibly said, "What happened to the horse?" Because he just like drops the horse, man. Yeah, this game looks fucking crazy. Like it looks really, really cool.
I don't know if it's gonna look at this good when it comes out. There's so much going on.
I hope so. But yeah,
this is like insane.
Fucking $15,000 PC to run this game.
Dude, this is actually insane about everything that's going on.
Look at him throwing people. It just
like,
gets more and more insane.
On?
Like you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, there's no way this game is like this when it comes out.
No, and like even like you see the destruction in the background and whatnot as well, like on the buildings and stuff like that.
Crazy.
Like, it's
It
insane.
does look like that though. That's pretty wicked.
If it ends up being like this
looks
when
like
it
this,
comes
it'll be
out, that'll be
insane.
nuts.
Mm.
Look at this. Some Tears of the Kingdom vibes here.
Yeah, what the fuck? It straight up is.
Yeah, straight up Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, they saw that Tears of the Kingdom announcement trailer. Oh, it's really lagging for this. Holy shit!
It's really
not liking
struggling.
that. It's really not liking that. I was just waiting to see if they have a date at the end of it. No, they don't.
Yeah, there was a lot of like, what the fuck is going on moments in that trailer.
It just
like,
continually gets better and better. It's like, dude, how can they keep going? How do they keep going? Yeah, so that looks really cool.
It does look really good. I don't know if it's
definitely
gonna
on
look
my
like
radar now.
I don't know if it's gonna look like that, but it looked really cool
I hope
nonetheless.
so. I really do. But yeah, that is definitely a game that went from I'm not excited at all for it to actually, yeah, gonna keep an eye out on it. So
Yeah.
very cool. So apart from Gamescom this week, good old Bungie coming back with another Destiny showcase. It's time for you to fall asleep, Nathan. It's time for you to take a nap while we talk a little bit of Destiny 2, the final shape. So
I fucking hate this game.
yeah, dude. I hate
Every
how much time I put into it.
I keep going. I'm like, I'm not playing Destiny anymore. And then they release a showcase, and I'm like, damn man, it
I'm
looks
back
real
in.
good.
Their marketing department pops off. You know,
Oh,
that's just what it
yeah.
is. Like, I'm usually not someone who gets swayed by marketing, but Bungie just does something, man. They just get it.
They do
They
they do
understand it.
something.
What's it
They-
called
Wrist for my
too?
jimmies.
Lost time fallacy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sounds right.
that also affects it. Because like my thought process, like this is the last expansion. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I've
like,
done everything.
yeah. Just what's another $150?
I'm just very
You know?
sentimental. You know, I like that this is like they're very much like this is a conclusion. There's going to be an
Yeah.
end to this. There's going to continue, and we'll talk about it. There's more stuff after this, but
Yes.
this is the cap off to a story that started in 2014.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that they got to this point. You know, like so many
Oh, yeah.
games, they say, "Oh, we've got a 10-year plan," and it's really fucking cool that Bungie like stuck to it, and obviously, you know,
Actually.
changed along the way. Many
Oh, yeah.
pathways. You know, they had to do a fucking quick 90-degree turn after Destiny 2 launched in 2017, but they
Yeah,
stuck
there's
to
been
it, and
a
they've
lot of
done
ups
it.
and
They're
downs.
at the 10-year mark in September next year, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit about what you're getting in the final shape. So I guess one of the big things is the new destination, which is
Yep.
called the Pale Heart of the Traveler. So we are going inside the Traveler's Travesty into the Pale Heart
I
of the
didn't want to make
Traveler.
it, but
And this will be Destiny's first linear destination. So the way they
Which is really
explain it
cool.
is you will not be able to explore the destination until after the campaign's finished. And yeah, you just the first thing you do when you jump in is you have to do the campaign
Yep.
to experience that new destination, which is really cool.
I like
that's
that.
really smart.
To be fair, like I feel like we sort of do that anyway when expansions come out. Like we're not kind
Yeah.
of going around the destinations looking at all the stuff before we do the missions. But I do like the idea that it is, you know, I imagine it will be almost like a linear path through it. It won't be open. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not
I-
sure. Like I'm really
I
curious
think
how
they're
that's going to
going
look.
to intentionally hide stuff from you. You know what I mean? I think they're like hide areas and whatnot from you because like I don't know if you wrote it down, but how this area is there's some areas that are like puts from like what you see.
It's
It's like
so the way it works is it's the travelers. The travelers taken our memories of the past,
yes.
and that's inside the heart of the traveler is past adventures in Destiny. So you'll
Mhm.
see destinations from previous expansions. You'll see destinations from Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. And yeah, I think it's gonna be fucking cool. Cade
Yeah,
6 is
I
back,
think-
and they explain Cade 6 is sort of like your guide through this area.
So it's just
I
a
think it's-
projected memory.
Basically.
Yeah.
I think so. I think literally that because Cade has been very important to people, the traveler basically is projecting because your soul is kind of linked with the light, so I think they're literally just projecting him basically. Like he's not gonna
It's
fight
just
with
it's
you.
I think it's our memory of Cade is what is
Yeah,
guiding us
which-
through the space. It just
yeah.
feels really like oddly emotional, you know, like
Yeah.
we're gonna see like 10 years of Destiny like culminating in
All
this
wrapped up.
expansion.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Very cool. So obviously, you know, you can't have a new expansion without a new threat.
Yes.
So we're gonna be versing a thing called the Subjugators.
The darkness.
Well, we already know what the darkness is. That's
Yes.
the weirdness.
The darkness
The
again.
Subjugators are sort of the new. It's sort of like the what were the enemies this year? Seto, I can't remember their names.
I forgot. Hold on.
You know, the dudes with the void. And they
Yeah,
do
with the axes and whatnot.
Anyway, the Subjugators will use the stasis and strand as their abilities, and they'll be the sort of the new mini bosses that you'll face in this expansion, and they look cool. They look very similar to one of the raid bosses for the Witch Queen, and yeah, the Witness is fucking arming up for this, which is cool. I do kind of hope they bring back some of the previous Darkness enemies for this.
Yeah,
It would feel
Subjugators.
really cool. It's a little disappointing that we don't get a full Darkness enemy type. But that's fine. You know, it is what it is. You'll also be getting some fan favorite exotics returning. We've got Dragon's Breath, Red
Yep.
Death, and Kvostov.
Yeah,
which
Kvostov,
Kvostov, the first weapon you use in Destiny,
Mm-hmm.
that will be coming back in as an exotic. I
That's
kind of
very cool.
hope that is almost an exotic where it's very customizable, similar to some of the other exotics they've done recently.
People have been very much talking about that as well. I think that I think bringing Kivasa back in this DLC is also a very good idea because it's the first one came back to.
Totally, yeah. It's they're being very sentimental. You know, they're bringing they're nostalgia baiting, and it's working.
Yeah, it's working well, man. It's working well. I feel they are masturbators. Yeah.
They also talked about what's happening post Final Shape. So Bungie's shifting the seasonal model to a new format. So instead of seasons, there'll be episodes. So instead of 4 seasons, next year you'll get 3 larger content-packed episodes named Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy.
Yep.
The Final Shape's also going to feature 3 new light subclasses. And I just said here, including a big-ass Void Axe for Titans, Blinking Arc Knives for Hunter, and a new take on Radiance for Solar Warlocks. I saw people complaining about this too, saying, "Oh, there's no third Darkness subclass."
Dude.
And I kind of get that, but I do like that. I hope that this means that now that they're doing light subclasses, the whole expansion won't be around learning these.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Is that
that's exactly what's happened in Beyond Light and
we're not going to have
Lightfall,
a training montage of us learning a subclass
because we know how we will probably just have a mission. Dude, I honestly hope it's like Taken King, where you just go somewhere and you do like a little mini mission to get your subclass, and that's
Taken King or Forsaken, where it's just like a little mission and you get your subclass. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like,
yes, God, and I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're gonna do the whole this whole expansion is around learning this new subclass, because we know we've used Void, Arc, and Solar since 2014. I feel like we know it. Another cool update is that only endgame activities are going to take into account player power. So stuff like, destinations or strikes or crucible or gambit, none of those will take into account the power level that you have. It'll just be a base level for everyone, and it means that when you jump in on day 1, you don't have to worry about being underpowered to do those activities, the base level activities, or going to the Lightfall destination, going to Neomuta and getting your fucking shit kicked in because it's 20 power, you're 20 power below for some reason. And even for endgame activities, they're changing how power works. So fire teams are now going to have a new metric called Fire Team Power, which basically equalizes the party's power level, so newer players can jump straight into higher level content with their friends. So they sort of showed a screen as people were joining in, the Fire Team Power was increasing, and that kind of, whatever that number is, that is what the lower kind of people's power level is going to be if it's above their current power level. Which is cool. That's great. Nathan, you don't have to grind now.
It's super exciting for me, because this is the one thing I don't like. I like the end game content of Destiny, but I don't like grinding Destiny.
Don't like the 20 to 30 hours to sometimes 40 hours of the boring stuff. The not so fun stuff where you're doing the same thing over and over again. Totally understand that. I did want to talk a little bit about how episodes work, because I think it is interesting. And this was actually information they didn't say so much in the showcase. It was afterwards. So episodes will be split into 3 acts that occur every 6 weeks. Each act will include new quests, story, activities, weapons, artifact mods, pass ranks, pass rewards. And Act 1 will also feature new armor that will not be in Act 2 and 3. Instead of 100 pass ranks in the seasonal model, episodes will feature 200 ranks. Act 1 will launch with 100 ranks, followed by 50 extra ranks in both Act 2 and 3. A lot of rewards there, a lot of stuff.
A lot of rewards. Okay.
Artifact mods are also going to function similarly. So 25 mods in Act 1, followed by 5 in each subsequent act of the episode. So the way they explain it is a meta kind of begins in Act 1, and then it sort of gets shifted and changed up in Act 2 and 3 with the new artifact mods.
Yeah.
I mean, this all sounds great, to be honest.
It does.
I mean, I was always sort of in to this expansion. There was no way I was gonna you know what? I've done 9 years of Destiny. I'm not gonna do the 10th year.
Yeah.
What they did sell me on though is that post Final Shape stuff.
Yes.
Where I do like the idea that it is more. There's less seasons, but you're getting more in each kind of episode. And I do like they did explain that each episode will have its own contained story. It's not going to be this continuous thing. At least for these episodes, I'm not sure how that will feed into a new expansion or new story or whatever. They actually didn't even announce the new expansion post Final Shape, so I wonder if it's almost they're kind of not sure what the player retention will be post Final Shape.
Oh, I imagine it's gonna dip. You know what I mean?
I mean, will it though? Like, how much do you think it's gonna dip? I guess it depends on how much people enjoy Final Shape.
True. If people
Or the
don't
first
enjoy Final
episode, you
Shape,
know? I think
yeah,
that first episode called Echoes, like, if people dig that, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll play Revenant, I'll play
Y-
Heresy, like I'll play
yeah,
these
I'll
new
come back.
this
You
new
know what I mean?
content coming out. Um yeah, I know I do like the idea that it'll just be 18 weeks of a self-contained story
Hmm.
that is influenced by the end of Final Shape, but is not necessarily building up
Connected.
to the next thing.
Yeah.
um Sort of what the MCU maybe should have done, you know?
Yeah.
Not so much been like, okay, now we're building phase 4, 5, and 6 into the next Avengers movie. It's like, no, 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 we're just gonna tell you cool fucking stories that
Yeah.
that, we can have a beginning, middle, and end. It's not like we have to leave on a cliffhanger that will get resolved in 3 years
Up,
time or
right.
whatever. Like,
Yep.
I do like that. I know some people have. I saw some rhetoric on the internet saying people are like, "Oh, I just want the seasons," but I don't know. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt with these episodes.
Yeah.
Let them try
People.
something new. If the fans are doing nothing but bitching and they want to try something new, then Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
Like
thing.
I
That's the
think I
thing.
think this is the time when Bungie can experiment with new ways of kind of delivering content now that
100%.
they're capping off this 10-year journey.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll be very curious to see what the future Destiny is like post this post this
Yes.
expansion and these episodes. Like,
Yeah.
are
100%.
they are they gonna do what everyone thinks they're gonna do and just ditch Destiny and go straight
I
to
can't wait
Marathon?
for the end of these 3 arcs, and then it just ends with a black screen and it shows the Marathon logo. That's it.
Continue your journey in Marathon coming
Yeah.
Pre-order
2026.
now.
Man, I'm so excited for Marathon.
I am also.
I
But
can't remember if they said that Marathon is paid or free to play.
I think it was free to play, right? I'm pretty sure it was free.
Yeah, I don't know.
The other thing about
Does
Destiny
this
as well
sell you,
is
Nathan? This Destiny stuff at all?
Yeah, the only thing that sells me is the being able to play with you guys without grinding.
yes.
Because I don't really care too much about like the Destiny story or anything like that. I mean, it's cool, but obviously it's only 3 players, so
Sure.
I'm not willing to
That's
put
all
the
right. We'll
time
just
into
ditch
it.
Shadow. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't listen, Shadow.
But yeah, I mean, it's that's the reason that it's pulling me in. That's why it's interesting to me. So
Totally.
yeah,
They
I might get the
also-
chance to play it again.
They also did announce the LFG finally coming in Destiny.
Yes,
You don't
yeah,
have, you don't have
Fighting
the LFG
Finder
outside of
next
Destiny
season.
anymore. Yeah, you can actually LFG inside of Destiny.
It's gonna be
which is
so
nice.
nice
It's
because
gonna be so
like
nice not having to
sometimes
leave.
I'm just on and I'm like, you know what, I want to do a raid, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't feel like going to Destiny LFG.
You can just matchmake.
Yeah, I'll just do guided games and fucking
Yeah,
have a bunch of
just do
Xbox One
guided
players
games.
screaming into their microphone, or
Yeah.
not have any players because no one is searching in guided games. Not
I
a single
wonder
soul.
how people are going to communicate. Is it just going to be in game? Just in game communication?
In-game mics, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that just how people? Are
I'm
gonna do it?
hoping it's like the way because in the UI they showed there was like a mic required setting,
Yes.
and I do wonder
cool.
if it almost like in the game itself it'll force you to have a microphone on. And if it can't find a microphone, it's like no, you cannot join this fire team. You need it.
Yeah.
They're requiring
that
a
would make
microphone.
sense. Yeah.
That would make a lot of
Um,
sense.
I'm hoping they do kind of have that because it would be annoying to have like to get 6 people in. I guess you can move people out because the way they showed it was like they show you a list of players who want to join your
Yes.
party, and you kind of pick and choose based on that
Mhm.
list. So I guess you can bring someone in if they're not talking, just kick them out. You know, it's like a fucking
Mhm.
we're not doing a raid with some rando who's like not talking at all.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for the Fire Team Finder setting and the
Yeah.
fact that you can customize it with messages and descriptions, so you can be super
Mhm.
specific. Because they have been doing this thing with some of the activities, seasonal activities, where it's like you can sort of do 3 different kind of things within one activity. Um,
Oh,
like
yeah,
for instance,
yeah.
the last season's activity was like there's an exotic quest involved in it. There's a tier 7 version of that activity, plus there's just the normal match made version.
Yep.
But it's all within the same, like just one activity on one activity node. So
Mhm.
being able to explain, I want to do this in this activity means that people won't just join for the wrong reasons or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, if you're doing a raid and you want to say, I want to do this challenge, I want to do this all arc
Yes.
subclasses or whatever, you can put that in your message, which is great. So hopefully people use it. Hopefully people just don't look at it, go, I'm just gonna go do LFG, and then
Yeah, exactly.
It kinda sits
exactly.
there like guided games
it
did.
has to be good. You know what I mean? Like if it's inside, it'll be so much easier using that. It just has to be good and consistent. You know what I mean? That's the only issue.
has to be seamless. It has to just
Yeah,
work.
exactly.
And I think that's why it's taken so long, is they have been taking their time to make sure that to get it right, and
Yeah.
maybe taking on some like influencer feedback, you know.
Yes.
But yes, once again, I am back on the hype train for Destiny.
Yep.
It is a continuous cycle. To be fair, I don't really ever get off the hype train in the same way some people do. Like, I'm not one of those people bitching at fucking community managers or like looking on the Bungie the game account and going, "This is fucking bullshit." Blah blah blah. Like, I just, if I'm not enjoying a game, I just go play something else.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And Bungie's never really done me wrong in any real way. Like, I haven't, you know, there's been moments where I've been playing the game less, but it's not,
because
a lot of the time it's not really due to the game. It's more due to other games that I want to play, like Tears of the Kingdom, and, you know.
Yeah. I think the thing for me, right, is that, like, because I will burn myself out, right? I'll get kind of bored of it, or I want to play something else, and I'll go play something else, and then I'll lose the kind of like the hype that I get for the game.
Sure.
And I'll go there, I'm not really like into it and stuff like that. Then they release stuff like this, and then it clicks my head again on why I like this game so
Just
much.
do flashbacks
Why
of,
I
like,
have.
It's like the Ratatouille meme. It's like they give you a serving,
all the food and everything,
and it's
kind of
like,
shows
oh,
up.
when I raided
Exactly,
last.
right?
It's like,
Yeah, like I remember the reasons why I enjoy playing this game, and I think that's the thing, is that people burn themselves out. They hate the game, but they don't want to stop playing.
And
It's
this
just-
isn't
yeah.
even it's not even exclusive to Destiny. Like, I think
No.
when you're really really into a game, there's almost like this sense of it's easier to nitpick because you're experiencing so much of it that you can be like, oh, this is like slightly off, or like,
Yeah,
I'm not enjoying
exactly.
this slight change they've made, because you're so in it, you know.
Yes.
When they do a nerf that you don't like, you're like, oh, I use that. Like, but
Mhm.
realistically, like, I'm not really keeping up with the buffs and nerfs of stuff in the game. I just use whatever I think looks cool at the time.
That's a really nice thing about Destiny now, is that there are so many viable weapons. Like, of course, you got your meta weapons that are really, really good and stuff like that. But, like, I can go into the raid with, like, mid-tier weapons and still do fine. You know what I mean? You can
totally.
still do well, right?
The thing is, the problem is the community. Because then people
Yeah.
will be like, why are you not using this? Oh, you should be using this and this and this. Like, why are you using
Yeah.
that combination of things? Like,
Mm-hmm.
people can be quite gatekeepy in the Destiny community, for sure.
Yes,
When it comes
yes.
to certain things, definitely.
Mhm.
I guess that perfectly segues into what we've been playing this week.
True.
So, Nathan, have you been playing anything this week?
No. I mean, we've talked about everything I've played in the past,
Sure.
and it's nothing new. So it's
All
just
good.
Halo, really.
All good. Halo's been fun. Yeah.
Halo has been really
That's
fun.
our one-line review. Halo is fun.
Halo is
again.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Halo's been really fun, actually.
No, it's
Like, I
been
really love,
genuinely- I've
dude.
been
Capture
really
the Flag
enjoying
has
it.
been an absolute blast.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
just
that
doing
is-
our fucking
I-
coordinated warthog
We are
runs.
pro capture the flag players.
I mean,
Last-
unstoppable, basically. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Last
just, it is
night-
actually unfair.
Last night when the guy captured my, I immediately grabbed the next one. Like, we were standing there waiting,
Yeah.
grabbed it, and immediately ditched.
But what about that fucking guy who was like, who thought we were in the enemy spawn with the flag and was trying to get me into his car?
Yeah.
And we're in our spawn, and
Nah,
he's
we're
running
waiting,
me
bro.
over. He's
It's
running
about
me
to
over and
end.
killed me. It's like, what the fuck, bro? I was so mad, I just laughed because I was like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like,
Yeah.
this is so
Halo-
crazy that I can't even comprehend it.
Halo is.
Back?
Hold on. I'm actually gonna write down Halo. I feel like we're gonna talk about this for a second.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Halo Infinite, it's like, it's always been a really fun game. It just didn't have the content.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like, it's at a point now where there's just a lot of maps. Like, there's a lot of maps,
Yep.
and every time, you know, sometimes we get some duplicates. We keep getting that fucking map with the spinny thing that doesn't spin on Infinite.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of sick of that map. But even that's still fun. You know, one flag on that map is still kind of enjoyable. And it's funny
I'm
because
such a fan of the Halo 3 maps that whenever we play them, it's just like, it's
It's
cool.
always fun.
We're back.
It's
yeah.
always fun.
Dude,
Yeah.
Valhalla will always be fun.
Yeah.
I think that's honestly my favorite map currently in Halo Infinite. Just because it looks the best of the Forge maps, I think.
Definitely. Yeah.
And it just plays how I remember Halo 3 playing.
Yep.
Except you've got like the spawn trapping is fucking nuts on that map in Infinite, because everyone
Oh,
can get
dude.
everyone can get from one side of the map to the
Yeah.
other so quickly that, like, it's a bit insane. Like,
Is
you
that
can
how
just,
the
you can
sprinting
just
changes the
trap them.
maps?
Is that the square one, or is that the really long one?
That's
Which
the
one's
one with the
Valhalla?
two Promethean structures.
It's Blood Gulch, but in Halo 3.
Blood Gulch, but it's
Oh my God, yeah,
the
that
one with
one's
the river
really-
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
rock on that spawn side, and yeah.
Yeah, Nathan and I
Um,
were in a warthog, and we literally were just driving around in their spawn.
Dude, I would literally sit at the front of their Promethean structure and just with a BR, and just as they came
Yeah.
around the corner, would just bop them as
Yeah.
they're moving from their spawn, and they had no idea where I was. Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's such a fun time, and
Mhm.
the BR is like a fantastic. I can never get used to how good the BR feels in Infinite. Like it's
Yeah.
just
Just the
definitely my
gunplay in
favorite
Infinite
weapon,
feels
and
so good. Like it does feel so good, the gunplay in Infinite.
when
Like
we
it's
get
just
good servers, yeah.
Yeah,
when you get good
Which, to be
servers.
fair, it has been a lot better.
more and more often.
Yeah, more and more
We
often
still
get
get
good
this
servers.
random match where we're at 250 ping for no reason, but a lot of the time we are getting the good Australian servers at
When
like
we were
15
playing
ping.
last night, I forgot what map it was on, but the packet loss that we all got hit by.
Yeah, the
and
server
it
just
took
shit
us-
itself for a second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
we
a
just like got this
second.
major packet loss.
Yeah. No, but Halo, it's just so much fun. I wish it is does or sorry, I wish it does better. And I don't know if they've given up on marketing it and whatnot, or like it's just that
I don't
they
know.
can't reach
I
out.
almost think it's like they're waiting for that. Honestly, I think they're waiting for the popper when they can announce the BR because they are working on a
Yeah.
battle royale.
Yeah.
It's not even. I don't think even think it's 343. It's like Oh man, I don't remember the developer. They've done support work on Infinite before, but apparently the
Supermassive
project's
Games?
called like Project Tachenko or
Is it
Tatanka.
Supermassive Games?
No, 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 not
No.
Supermassive Games. No,
No.
no, they're not. They're it's some for some reason they're working on that as well. Like they're just
Yeah.
um oh, it was Creative Assembly, I think.
Mm,
They did the Halo Wars 2 game. Um
yeah.
they do a lot of they're mainly a support studio. They do a lot of like working with other people's IP. Um so yeah, they're apparently working on a battle royale, and I feel like that's probably when they'll be like,
Really hard pushing?
season 7 is like this is the battle royale season, and that's when they can do their big E3 push, or I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
that's maybe what they're waiting for because I don't think because this season obviously they've released like 8 maps,
Yep.
a mix of new maps and obviously Halo 3 maps as well.
Mhm.
But I don't think that's enough to like push marketing wise. Like I don't think that's enough
No.
to bring people in. I think you
No.
need something really really new.
Not to bring
Uh,
people in, yeah. I think if they had done stuff like that every season up until now, it would be fine.
Dude,
But yeah,
if they
Yeah.
did that for like season 1, we're releasing 8 maps. Season
Yeah.
2, another 8 maps. Like they're just bringing back a bunch of old maps.
yeah,
Even if they are just remastered versions
that's
of
fine. They're good
Halo
maps.
1, 2, and 3 maps, like just tried and true. Like
Yeah.
people love playing those maps and they don't mind playing old stuff when it comes to
Mm.
Halo because they're the ones that really really work.
Yeah, I prefer it, honestly. I
Same
prefer
with
playing the
I
Halo
mean
3
honestly
maps.
same with Call of Duty.
Mm.
Although sometimes Call of Duty can go too far, where Modern Warfare 3 only remastered maps and no new maps at
Yeah.
launch, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'd be
But
fine
yeah,
with Halo being like every season a new map and then a fuck ton of new, or not even, just like three maybe.
a few old maps, totally.
That would be
Bring in
wicked.
some Reach maps, dude. Bring in Spire.
Yeah, anything.
Do big team battle on Spire, man. That would
Oh,
be so
dude,
fun.
dude, that'd be so much fun if they
Spires
actually
are
did
wicked.
Spire
map.
with, I mean, obviously you wouldn't do the Falcons. You'd use what's the Halo Infinite
Ben-
one?
Banshees.
No.
No, 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 the
Oh.
UNSC version.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Are they?
yeah.
No, they're not Falcons. Falcons are the rotators.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Hawks.
I don't.
Whatever they're
Ospreys, not
called.
Ospreys. Pelicans, not Pelicans.
No.
It's some bird.
Some bird, yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be so fun. That'd be so
Yeah.
sick. I do wish they would bring back Elite gameplay using Elites because that was always
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
And
I forgot about that.
they did say they're not doing that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one day. And firefight. Bring back fire. Do some firefight stuff.
You do some firefight in there.
Do some. I mean, use the big team battle map for firefight.
Mm.
That's sort of what ODST did. They would just
I'd-
use old.
Do understand that they're not doing it now because obviously the player count is so small that it would be really spread thin.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if it did have a player count, that would be wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sort of in a weird spot where it's like, I don't know. I'm sure they don't know how to bring players back. I'm sure maybe they do. Like, I'm not sure how developers kind of work on bringing players back. If there's like a tried and true way of doing it. I just think it's hard to. I think you just need to keep pushing
Yeah.
marketing wise. Keep
Yeah.
pushing
They can
the
do
new
it.
stuff.
It's in a good spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
They honestly
Well,
could,
like-
and I think next E3 or next whatever summer showcase Xbox does, they should do like a proper, this is what
Yeah.
Infinite is now.
Well, like Summit has been playing and Shroud has been playing.
Shroud
as
did
well?
play a little bit.
Yeah.
Shroud's not really a Halo guy though.
Yeah.
He likes more of the FPSs that are quick killing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he doesn't really dig Halo too much. Although he was enjoying Infinite when he played it. But Summit's really been enjoying it, which is cool.
Yeah.
I'm all
no.
about the big team battle-esque type stuff with Halo.
Oh,
like
100%.
8v8.
Yeah, the
12v12.
8v8s are really fun. That was such a great idea that they
I
did.
think 8 is the best amount for a team, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what big team battles? What 12v12? I think.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
little too many.
Yeah.
This way you don't get overwhelmed with power weapons and
Totally.
vehicles and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's the AV8 is so fun on those
It
Halo
was.
3 maps. It's a really great time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Highly recommend anyone who has not got back into Halo in a while. It's in a really good spot, honestly.
Yeah,
truly.
yeah. Get back in Halo, boys.
Get back into fucking Halo. Get that player count up. Let's get
Yeah,
more
boys.
people
Please.
in. Please,
Please, we need
God,
it.
please play this game. We
I don't
want
to keep versing the same people over and over
It's so
again.
much fun. It's
Legit,
it's the
on
only
the
5-player
Australian
game we
servers,
have.
there's like 20 people.
The same
Yeah, we're
people
versing
over
the
and over
same
again.
people over
Yeah.
and over and over again. Like
We're probably 10% of the player count in
Yeah.
Australia at any
Yep.
time.
Yep, 100%.
God.
Anything
damn
else about
Tommy.
Halo that you guys want to touch on or move
Yeah,
on?
dude. Goddamn Tommy. That's all I want to say.
Goddamn Tommy. Oh my god, man. That fucking guy. I'm wondering if he was the guy that ran me over on the flag. I don't think he was. I think it was
No,
just
no,
some
he
guy who was
wasn't.
completely confused.
He was probably like 10 years old.
He probably
Well,
was.
maybe
Yeah,
he
was
needs
probably
to
really
learn how
young.
to play. Maybe he should go back to fucking Fortnite then.
Bro,
You know,
Shadow
get out of
going
our game.
off on him. Shadow.
Dude, he probably
was-
cried to his mother after
Shadow
that. Like he was
was
crying.
going
Bro,
off.
Shadow's gonna get banned.
Shadow
Yeah,
is
he's gonna
actually
get
going to get
banned,
banned. Dude, Microsoft just added a new fucking ban system, and when they're
Yeah,
recording
dude.
conversations when they get reported,
Yeah, dude.
so like
Shadow's
that shit is
actually gonna get
that shit is
banned.
in the Microsoft database right now. Like
Yeah.
it is in
Yeah,
there.
dude.
He's probably got a couple of weeks till it gets deleted, so just hope.
It is an 8-strike system, so you know.
8.
Yeah, it's a
Eight?
lot, isn't it?
That's a lot. I
What
thought it'd be
the
like
fuck?
5 at
I'm not
most,
sure if
right?
maybe when like certain like high, like if you say really bad things, it gives you like multiple strikes
Multiple
or
strikes?
something.
Well, how does your like? It's like would it be like how your license work? What's it called on your license?
points. Yeah,
Demeanor
can you-
points.
Points.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you get a point? Can you get like a strike for swearing in Halo?
I think so. They
yeah,
report
maybe that's
you.
why there's 8 then. Yeah.
Yeah.
One
like-
fuck, that's a point.
Yeah.
Done. You're done.
Yeah,
eight
you're
more,
done,
Eight
that's
more
it.
fucks and you're out of here.
Yeah.
Do we want to move on to Destiny 2: Season of the Witch?
Yeah. We'll move on to Destiny 2.
Let's do it. This is not
you
my
know,
gameplay, by the way. This is just this is the weekly story that I grabbed. Yeah, so I was not expecting to play the new season this week because I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna finish
Too
Baldur's Gate 3, get ready for Armor Core 6 on Friday, and then I played like 15 hours of Destiny this week
Yep.
doing the seasonal stuff.
Yeah.
It's really, really fun.
It's
like,
good. It's
I don't know
actually
how much of the
genuine.
seasonal stuff you've done, Seto, but basically it's broken up into two new activities, two
Mm-hmm.
3-player activities. And so the first one is called Zavathun Spire, which is what you're seeing now, where you're sort of going through this this very Witch Queen-esque location, and kind of just like there's these new mechanics around like the Arc, Void, and Solar affinities, where you'll sort of either have to destroy crystals with arc charges or grab a solar crystal and take it somewhere, but it's burning you as you do it. Tons of enemies, really dense environment, and I just love the aesthetic of Witch Queen, so it's really
it's
been
so
fun
good.
exploring these kind of levels again. And then you sort of take the stuff you get from, so you get these tiered kind of relics from Zavathun Spire. You take those and you take them into the next activity, which is a sort of like a what's the King's not King's Fall, the Taken King Court of Oryx. It's
Oh,
like
the Court of
Oryx,
Oryx. Oh, that's cool. I
where
haven't done that yet.
you dump one of the tier 1 to 3 into this thing, and it creates an encounter based on a set of encounters that it can possibly create out of tier 1, 2, and 3. And you just do these mini like 5-minute encounters that are, you know, obviously tier 3 is actually really difficult. Like you can get fucking slammed. And the cool thing is you technically the activity doesn't end. You just leave whenever.
Oh.
So you can stay in it with 3 people for multiple hours grinding these activities that are actually really fun. Like it's really these cool, like really condensed, fun, like boss fights, basically. It's
Yep.
almost like a boss rush in a way. And the rewards, that's maybe the one thing that I'm not digging so much, is the rewards and the weapons and the armor aren't great this season.
Yeah.
But it is just fun doing these kind of like super condensed combat encounters that are really, really fun and quick and super dense with enemies and kind of difficult sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's sort of the flow of the season, basically. And you'll sort of collect these cards that then you have this board of cards that give you certain buffs and
Yeah, they're
buffs
really
for the season. They can either be major or minor. So major arcana is what they're called. Give you kind of these abilities that you have a set of cards you take into these encounters to be more powerful, right? So an example is I've got a card where there's a random chance when I kill an enemy, it drops special ammo. So that's cool. Or if I kill multiple enemies in a row quickly, I get healing. So I'm imagining by the end of the season, you'll be pretty overpowered to the point where you can get through tier 3 pretty quickly and pretty easily. And it's a really nice kind of flow, and it's different for, I guess, previous seasons where it has been the typical board that you've seen
Yes.
set of like you get a token this week or 2 tokens this week. You unlock two different buffs, and then you wait for it's time locked.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem like it's time gated at all, which is cool.
Yeah, no, I haven't played too much. We did the Crucible. We did that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have done
man.
the season
Crucible,
activity.
dude, they need to fix the Crucible matchmaking.
It's yeah.
It's
Wait,
it's too aligned to it should man, I was gonna say it should be aligned to skill, but they did do that and people really did not like that.
Yeah.
I think it's better overall for solo players, but when you're in a group, it's really tough.
Yeah,
we were getting railed.
You really
we're getting
were.
railed. Yeah, pretty hard. I feel also because like we are a little bit washed up. You know what I mean? We haven't played Crucible in a while.
Definitely washed up.
Says you.
Yeah, we haven't played Crucible in a while. You know what I mean? But like overall, I was really enjoying the season as well. Like I wasn't planning on buying the season, but then I was there. The hype got to
Showcase
me.
hype,
I
yeah.
bought the season. I was happy I bought the season. I've actually really enjoyed it so far. I have really
The
enjoyed
story
it.
of the season's also very cool.
Yeah.
The
story's
idea
very
is
cool.
essentially instead of resurrecting Zavathun, we're taking her power and kind of injecting it into Eris, which
Yeah.
surely will not go well.
No, it's not going to go well at all.
Not a great idea making her literally a hive god esque character. And yeah, so every time these encounters we give her tithe or whatever the fuck, and that kind of builds her up. And then
Yeah, so
it's-
basically, yeah, every time we kill a follower of Zavathun or something like that, it basically gives her power. That's basically it. It gives her power.
yeah.
Which
And so
you
the,
know,
the seasonal story is still capped, time gated to weekly, obviously. But the actual activities themselves and some of the upgrades you can get are not. I don't believe they're time gated. But yeah, it's been a really cool. I love Hive seasons overall. Like I like the Hive aesthetic.
Hive
I
is really
like.
cool.
She looks fucking goofy as fuck though.
She does.
looks real
The
weird
little
with this
spikes
like
in the
Hive
face.
shit going on. It would be funny if she never changed back. She just looks like that forever now.
She looks like-
She's
yeah.
I can't get out of this fucking Hive like.
she's a little
shit all over
crusty and
me.
everything now. She's
Yeah.
just like, Jesus.
She's a little worse for wear.
She's not looking the best.
But yeah, no, it's a good time. It's never been a better time to be in Destiny, you know? Never been a better
Yeah.
time.
I've heard that so many times.
And Crota's End is this season too, so go back
Yeah,
to Crota's
that's very
End.
exciting. I'm actually.
I
very
know a lot
excited
of
for that.
people were complaining about that, but what don't they fucking complain about?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's true.
And I honestly, like, I barely played Crota's End because, like, that's when I was on
Really?
Xbox, and I just
Really?
didn't like LFGing that much.
Oh,
I did
no.
one Crota's End run. Would you?
I think
believe?
Crota's End is one of my most played raids. I actually played that.
Yeah,
a shit
I
ton.
only did, dude. I got so lost in the maze at the beginning. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
the start. Yeah, I don't know where to go. I got
You
no
don't know
idea.
where to go. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited to give Crota's End another go.
Yeah. No, I'm down.
And
To
there's gonna be
play
new
Crota's End.
challenges, and the armor is back from.
Yep. Spiky Boy for Titan's back, which is very exciting.
Spiky Boy for Titan's back.
Mhm,
So yeah, Destiny's cool as
Yes.
always.
As always.
Ben, you want to
Um,
talk about Armored Core 6? I don't think I
Yeah,
do. I have a
let's
trailer for
do
this? I do.
let's do some Armored Core 6.
I can't really talk too deeply about this because I've just beaten the tutorial.
I've only done like 2 hours, so I think we might just do like what we've done with what do you call oh my god, I'm sorry, I cannot type.
really,
I'm trying to-
really distracted.
What do you call? I only done like 2 hours, so I think I might just do the Baldur's Gate and just talk a little bit about what we done at the start. It is good. It's fun. It is very fun. The thing about Armored Core for me right now is that like we just started playing Destiny, we have Halo, and I still have Baldur's Gate to go and whatnot. So like
Starfield
I'm-
is 6 days away.
I'm yeah, Starfield as well. Like
Holy shit.
I'm
so excited for Starfield.
I'm enjoying Armored Core. I really am. The flying and the combat is phenomenal. Like it's
very good.
so good, right? And some of the later missions, because we talked about this before, where we're worried about it's always been in the factory. It was always been in the factory. It's not always in the factory. It's good. Like it's
To be
not,
fair, it's factory adjacent. Like every single thing in this trailer is factory adjacent.
some of the later ones are not in a factory like at all. Like one is set in a desert.
Why are they not showing? Well,
I
yeah, but the
don't know.
desert. But you're fighting this thing. It's
The giant
still a
thing.
giant
Fighting
mech
the factory.
It's still got that same aesthetic.
And then there's another one set on like a snowy like dam side, basically, right? And you're
Well, that's in the
doing the
tutorial.
same objectives and whatnot, huh?
That's the tutorial. The tutorial.
No,
right?
that's a mission later on. There's a mission
okay.
later on where you like fight in like a dam side. What do you call it? But yeah, no, like so it's different. It's still like
I don't
not
want to
a-
take away from it, but it is. I'm not the biggest fan of the aesthetic of this.
Oh
game.
yeah, I was gonna say this like it's. I'm not saying that it's amazing. You know what
It's
I mean?
not. It's not
phenomenal.
so much a pre. It's not a looker.
No, it's not. It's not a look over game.
It's very
but-
clean, but I think that lends itself to the fluidity of the combat, where
Exactly.
it is 120 FPS capped on PC. It does support super ultra wide, which I'm very surprised by. 'Cause
Yeah.
shit, dude. From Software went from 16 by 9 only to supporting every kind of resolution known to man. It's like what happened? Like
Big
I respect it, but I don't understand why. Add this to Elden Ring. Go back.
Yeah.
Please do ultra wide for Elden Ring and Dark Souls 1 to 3 and every other Souls game, you know? Sekiro as well, like please. Yeah.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
go
so combat very very good. It's really really fun to actually do it. The different types of builds you can already kind of tell what you can go into. You can go on like very heavy tank builds that you're constantly on the floor, or you can be very quick and agile, flying around everywhere. You can do a bunch of cool shit. Like there's a bunch of different weapons. You can do like shotguns, laser rifles, assault rifles, and pistols.
A lot of variety.
Lots of variety. It's very fun.
Which is it's a hallmark of AC, so it makes
Yeah,
sense that they continue
100%.
that.
You have experienced already that the fighting is it is definitely different to like Dark Souls. It's much more fast paced.
Well, yeah, obviously. It's just
Yeah.
very. I need to get. It's going to take me a while to get used to this game because it's like
Yeah.
learning an entire new combat system that I've never experienced before.
Mm-hmm.
And almost similarly to the way that I had to learn how Souls games worked.
Yep.
Back when I first played Bloodborne was like a whole new thing for me.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I almost see Armored Core 6 as like the Demon Souls of this iteration, where it's like, I could imagine them really building off of this Armored Core 6 foundation
Yeah.
with 7, 8, 9, however many they make, in a way that we'll get to like Armored Core. I mean, I'm sure they'll stop doing the numbers, but Armored Core 13 or whatever, where it's like, oh, this is like the Elden Ring of Armored Core, where it feels like it's almost like they're starting from a foundation where people are expecting it to be building off of Elden Ring, where it's not.
Yeah.
It's building off of the previous Armored Core game, which came out was before Demon Souls. So it's definitely, I think it's going to be a huge learning curve for a lot of people, and a kind of a bit of a wake up call in terms of how this game works versus Souls games.
Yes.
That people
'cause it
might
is
go in
very
expecting
different.
certain things that they will not get from this game.
Yeah. It is.
But
very,
I'm down
very
to
different.
I'm down to play something new. You know, I'm down. I don't
100%.
necessarily want everything that From Software to make to just be the Souls formula. I'm happy that they're experimenting and going back to their roots with Armored Core 6, while also building some of what they learn in Souls in this game as well. Like it's not just
Yes.
Armored Core 5 again. It's like they've made some improvements that that the Souls games taught them basically.
Yeah.
And
100%.
I mean, you know, I was gonna play anything that the Sekiro team made. So
I will state.
do I wish it was Sekiro 2? Yes, I do.
Ah.
I really do. I would lose my shit if they announced Sekiro 2 at some point, but they're probably just gonna do Elden Ring 2 first.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. One thing I will say about this game is you do battle other ACs at some points, right? At some points you
Yeah,
will.
you see that in the
it
trailer,
here.
yeah.
You see it right here. And it is so fucking cool when you fight other ACs.
It's a cool
because
game.
Because you are constantly flying around each other. You're doing these huge attacks. One of the ACs you fight has an energy sword as well. So like at one point we're flying
that?
around each other, we meet each other, and then both use our energy swords at each other, right? It's like it feels so cool. It like the combat.
This
in
is, I mean,
game-
mechs are cool. You know, no one can
Yeah.
deny that. Nathan, you
And the
can't
way-
deny it. Mechs are cool.
I'm
and
denying
the way
it.
they handle
Transformers are cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm denying it.
Dude, Optimus Prime. What about when he assassinated that guy, the prisoner of war in
Oh, yeah, dude,
Transformers
at the end of
3?
the
That was
movie,
cool. He fucking
yeah,
tortured
pulled
the
the
guy and
shotgun
killed
out
him.
and
I've
blast his
seen
skull open.
one Transformers movie.
Which one was that?
The
Which one was
first
that?
one when it came out.
Well,
Oh,
if you've
yeah,
seen one,
yeah.
you've seen them all.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
But hey, I mean, Revenge of the Fallen, you know, there's cock and ball jokes. That's funny. That's funny.
True.
I mean,
He pisses on a
Um,
guy. One of them Transformers pisses on a
Transformer piss.
on John
Transformer
Turturro.
piss,
It's
dude.
funny.
Yeah, dude, it's really
He got
funny.
pissed on. Oil over him.
Yeah, it's
Mechs
so
are cool,
funny.
dude. No, mechs are cool.
Yeah.
Don't give me that.
No,
don't
but
give me the laugh track.
I will say that the way they handle mechs in this game is also really cool. Where it's not that like your mech is really
What do they
fast.
handle mechs? What does that mean?
No. So like
way they handle the mechs.
in say games like Titanfall and whatnot, the way mechs move, they're like really quick and they move around and whatnot. You know what I mean? In this, how your mech basically spins around is they just have boosters that push the mech everywhere. That's how it works. Your mech isn't really moving their arms and whatnot. It just got boosters.
I still can't believe I had the revelation that these mechs are actually fucking huge.
Yeah.
I thought they were just human sized, but then I saw like this little highway. I was like, oh, that's a real highway. That's an actual fucking giant highway. But I'm a fucking giant.
Yeah, these things are like
60-foot
20-story
mech.
buildings. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, holy shit, these factories are fucking monolithic. Dude, like these
Yeah.
factories are fucking huge.
oh
'cause-
yeah, no. Once you realize how big like these mechs are, and then you're walking into these factories that are like
I
so
thought I
much
was in
bigger
like a
than you.
miniature world. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, look at these the little street posts and all this shit. I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
no,
Why does it look
it's-
so weird? But it turns out.
Yeah, it's
Mechs are
insane.
big.
But no, fun game. Really enjoying it. Fun game.
But I
so
also
far.
can't believe that I only realized that after when I started playing it and not when I saw all the trailers for it, where you can
Yeah.
literally see buildings. It was only when I saw an apartment building with little windows, I was like, oh, that's a fucking building. Like that's
Yes.
a
I'm the
20-story
size
building.
of that.
Yeah.
Yes, and also it feels really good to control. Like the movement is just like flawless. Like it's
oh yeah.
but it's flawless in a way that like you need to be very precise with your movements,
do.
and I'm not precise yet.
Yeah.
Like fighting that first boss, I was floundering
All over the
in,
place,
in
yeah.
the same way that I was when I fought like the cleric beast in Bloodborne. So
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
getting 2015 flashbacks.
Understandable.
But yeah, I'm excited to play more. Will I finish it before Starfield? We'll
Probably
see.
not.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe if I'm just a god gamer and I get really good at it overnight. But
Yeah, dude. Definitely.
unlikely. Okay, well, I
that
think
it?
it's time to continue building the list.
Yes.
These are gonna be games 79 to 81.
Yeah, we're
adding
getting
to the
close.
list.
We're getting close.
We're getting close.
A lot of games now.
Who would like to go first?
I went first last week.
Teto?
No, I'll go first. Okay. I haven't really thought of a place to put it, but I'm going to put GTA 4 on the list.
A fair pick.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just like the story is really good. The story is really good. It's actually we talked about this before, but it's actually like a serious story, which is nice. Not the goofy GTA 5, you know what I mean? Which is very good.
Are you gonna put it?
I'm not gonna put it super high, because I haven't really thought about it. I feel like a lot of these games are better. I'm gonna put it at 62.
Okay. Better than Beat Saber, confirmed.
Better than Beat Saber.
Yeah, that's where I was going to put my game.
Oh, really?
Mine's going above yours, though.
Okay, what is it? What's your game?
All right. I am putting on the list Metro Exodus.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I like all of the Metro games, but I decided I'd put Metro Exodus on there. Just I don't think I prefer the story of Exodus, but I
No.
prefer the
Gameplay.
the gameplay a lot.
Open stuff,
and
the
that
open
brings it
areas.
above for me.
Yep. I agree with that. I totally forgot about the Metro series, but that's a
Yeah.
good pick. That's a good one.
Have you played Seto?
I started and then I stopped because Destiny expansion came out. So
Fucking
Wait,
this.
wait.
Oh, it actually, you know what it did? It did come out like the same month that Metro
Yeah.
Exodus came out.
Did you start playing like the old ones, or did you start playing the new one? And
I
you guys
just
played
I
the old
started.
ones?
I haven't played the old ones.
Yeah,
I
you
started...
need to play the old ones.
Oh, the
Yeah,
old
you'll
ones
start with
first?
Exodus.
Okay, I'll go back to the old one first.
Yeah.
I've got to stop then.
yeah. Get the Redux versions of the old ones. They're
Okay, cool.
they're pretty cheap. But yeah, the DLC for the new one and like the Exodus and the DLC is currently $11 on Steam. Crazy cheap.
Finish that,
Wait,
man.
really?
I'm
Jesus
still part.
Christ, okay.
What is it? Sam's story. I'm still working on that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've enjoyed what I've played of it so far.
Hmm.
I do like that the DLCs were like the first one was very much like classic Metro,
Yeah,
and the second one has been like Metro Exodus gameplay style
Hmm.
with the open map area. Yeah, I like that.
yeah.
I am going to put BioShock on the list.
Oh yeah, that hasn't been put
Yeah,
on
we
the
haven't got
list
any
yet.
of those yet.
That's
Yeah, that's-
crazy. Yeah, BioShock fucking rips, man. I'm putting the first one on because I think the first one's the best one. I'm putting BioShock 1 at number 17. It's gotta be up there. It's like, dude, BioShock has one of the greatest twists in like any game ever. It is so good. The atmosphere, the world building is like impeccable, still holds up now. It's like it's a must play game for everyone basically. And in terms of FPS campaigns, it's kind of almost unmatched, but I think Half-Life 2 is better. Just slightly.
It's almost
So,
unmatched,
that.
but
almost unmatched, but there is a game above it that is better. So that's why it's there.
That's good.
But yes.
No, that's good. I completely forgot Bioshock. I actually have
Yeah.
completely forgot about these games.
It's funny. I thought about Bioshock Infinite, but I don't think Bioshock Infinite holds up like it used to. It's got
You don't
some
think?
weird political stuff going on in that game. That's
Oh,
like,
yeah?
okay. Yeah, it's got some things to say about slavery.
Oh.
So yeah, that's our list continuing to be built, and that's the end of our podcast. Thank you guys for joining us for episode 29 of the 71st Hour Gaming Podcast. We'll join you. We'll be back again, and I hope you'll join us for episode 30, where we'll be talking about Starfield.
Yeah,
Oh my
Starfield finals
God.
will be out.
Yes.
So much Starfield. I'm taking the Friday off, so
Oh my God!
I'm gonna be
He's
playing a
taking
lot
the
of
Friday
Starfield. I'm
off.
gonna be like probably 10
done
plus
it.
hours in
He's
on
done it.
Saturday. So yeah, I did take it off. So. Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Have a good
Very
one,
good.
and see you guys soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.